Hi everyone, this is Holly Cool. Welcome back to the channel. We got another podcast today, but this will be a little different, a little meta. We are talking today about the nature of YouTube video essays. Specifically, I would argue the virtual essay, a video essay, is less daunting in nature and less pretentious, which makes it more successful in reaching a specific audience. Now, I think that on this platform we have some very interesting content, and you can find a video essay on almost anything today. The nature of these essays create the ability to communicate to communities and subcultures and hold niche conversations that you would never have the time to discuss in any formal academic setting. So we will look at a creator whose whole channel is dedicated to such videos and walk through what is the appeal and also the effectiveness of these video essays.
It's because I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you from the student loans. Don't go to film school. Watch internet videos.
Now what you heard right there is Lindsay Ellis. She is an author, film critic, and most video essays are of her dissecting plays, musicals, films, and such. The essay Lindsay creates are informative. However, this is different from a lecture. I think this is important to point out, especially with the rise of virtual learning, which I would like to state was born out of the necessity of the pandemic and has continued to exist in today's world due to convenience. In a lecture, the information you are given is not too specific, even in a film class. If the professor chooses to look at one movie, the information, the takeaway, is a wide lesson, something that could apply to everyone in the room. Now, it's kind of an obvious point, but a point that needs to be stated. These essays and the way they are performed on camera are not lectures, they are discussions. The exception being maybe channels like Crash Course History, but a lot of these essays are to teach or voice an opinion very similar to the papers one reads in a course, yet very less daunting. So, Lindsay Ellis, the whole channel is to break down what works and what doesn't work in media, musicals, films, etc. But could this replace formal education as a whole? Well, we'll think on that question and we'll get back to it in a bit.
But only insofar that the filmmaker knows A, what she is trying to impart, and B, how best to use her medium the most effectively in order to impart this thing.
So let me set the scene for our listeners. Ellis is discussing bad movies, specifically bad musical adaptations. She has given the illusion she is steadily drinking as the background is littered with wine bottles and she has a drink in her hand. She gives her points, she gives the background of musicals as a film genre, she even cites outside sources. Then she ends the sentence you just heard with the word thing. Why is this so important? If you've ever had to give a speech or presentation in a classroom, you know a lot of teachers are going to dock you for this thing, etc. The professors I am talking about specifically almost treat these words like trigger words. They are easy, low-hanging fruit. Instead of being curious on the topic, the inability to speak perfect, and perfect here is subjective, English is more important to these professors. Video essays use well-placed things, what, and puns to bring down this tension to a comfortable viewing experience. They're usually placed for humor. Maybe the speaker is gathering a thought in a video with no script, but again, no one is going to say the video was ineffective because they used filler words. YouTubers, for algorithm's sake, have to be approachable. They cannot bore their audience or they will click away. Video essays are, in a way, creating a discussion. They are opinions that you can agree or disagree with. What this field of visual work is seeking to create is a discussion landscape, and YouTube is a platform that is perfect for this. There are multiple ways one can interact with the essay, and then if someone shares it to another platform like Twitter, well, now you've opened up a whole other discussion, all based on that one piece. It is the ultimate cycle of creation and critique. The second thing we can pull from Ellis's essay is the way she breaks this professor-like role by having that drink in her hand. It's almost a way of saying this movie, this story is so bad or so messy, I have to drink to get through it to tell you what they did wrong. This isn't sober me teaching, this is tipsy me ranting. A bit or a gag in a video, usually introduced in the beginning, tells you what this is going to be. The performance in front of the camera. This performance in front of the camera creates them as an equal. They are not better than you. They are not talking down to you. They are sharing information willingly. Going back to talking about clicking away brings us to why they are successful. These essays are voluntary. The creator, the watcher, and the entertainer. They are all voluntarily engaging with this piece. So where is the appeal? This essay format is highly effective, but maybe not credible, because I have noticed as a college student and one who does enjoy creating media that there is pushback from professors. I mean, you could find a video essay from a rocket scientist, but if it's on YouTube, they treat it as if you cited Wikipedia. And it's true, almost anyone can say anything, slap it into a video and claim it to be true. So there are a few ways to get around this. One is to cite other sources, which Ellis does, or disclaim at the start what is your opinion, what is your background, your stake in the situation, and where are you coming from. This is the disclosure disclosure of identity. The creation of the online identity is what keeps viewers clicking. This is what changes a unique viewer into a subscriber. A lot of channels are discovered based on the topics they present in videos. So if you look up a specific movie, if you search for other opinions on a scene or cinematography, the history or background of a topic, you will find channels that share similar interests as you. This is why it's important to disclose your online identity or what you want to put forth. Again, also at the start of the video. This is your personal stake in the video. This is what gathers like-minded people into the community to share ideas that they are passionate about. If there is shared stake in the topic being discussed, then the creator of the video can get nitpicky about it. They can cover background information in broad strokes, and no one is going to dock them on that. Because the reason you clicked on the video, the reason you and the viewer and the creator are both engaging in the content is for one specific reason. Back to our question. Will this replace formal education? No. In this era of web engagement, however, the appeal of these essays are in fact less daunting, less rigorous than in the academic world. It's more casual and welcoming. There is an irony to this speaking as a media creator, because when you write a paper in class, maybe 10 people might see it if you're doing something like peer review, but for some reason that one paper is so daunting to write and to get it just right to fit the needs of the assignment or the needs of the class or the instructor, however that may be. You feel so much more scrutinized on that one physical paper than you do creating an entire piece of media filmed, edited, and scripted. A video that could potentially be seen by hundreds, if not thousands of people, depending on how the algorithm decides to share it. However, the task is so less daunting because you understand the people that are engaging with it are going to want to be there. It is the creation of community, the sense of belonging that has blossomed throughout the pandemic, and through that we are also gathering a sense of learning. I have seen entire accounts pop up that are dedicated to destigmatizing industries for the sake of sharing information via the internet. But reiterating, this will not replace formal education. However, as we continue to see this virtual landscape grow and change, I do believe that the validation of virtual essays will gain some traction in the classroom. If everyone is sharing their opinion through video format because of its bigger audience of like-minded individuals, its more approachable format, it's easy to share and discuss, etc., then the internet and virtual media world will mesh with the world inside of the classroom. There are some professors very open to the idea of video essays, and I have had some professors who have let me do video projects for assignments. But I feel if professors want to build a discussion atmosphere, allowing media like this to be validated in the classroom is going to be key in the future. Students will be discussing topics that they have researched on their own. If they are interested in an online platform, not only as a creator but also as a viewer, they will mention the communities they are aligning themselves with online. The anonymity of the internet is fading away, especially as our lives have more and more aspects of the internet integrated into them from day-to-day living. So is Zoom University the new university? Are video essays such as the ones found on YouTube the only way people are going to want to learn? Or will people be using it to supplement skills that they find they are lacking in the classroom? What do you think? Leave a comment down below. I'll definitely be reading through them. If we get to the point where we can have a full-on discussion based on comments, maybe I'll do another episode. You can also reach me on Twitter if you have any comments on this episode. Also, make sure to check out the show notes for the videos I have mentioned here today and the music that I used. I want to thank you all for listening, and thank you to my professor for creating this assignment. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.